Bula Vinaka. My name is John Kotoisuva. I was the former president of the Fiji Community Association of Auckland. And today I chair the governance of the Bula ECE. And it's a sad day for me today to inform our community, the Fiji Community Association of Auckland, that our board had a meeting last night, and we have decided that we are going to temporarily shut Bula down because for various reasons. And one of the reasons is that we have no control over the finance. As a result, because of the dispute that is taking place, as a result, we cannot pay the teachers. So the teachers haven't been paid from the last 2 weeks. Monday come next week, today's Friday, Monday next week, it'll be 3 weeks the teachers haven't been paid. We have tried to support the teachers in various different ways. Some of us have contributed financially from our own pockets to try and help the teachers. We have also gone to the bank and literally begged the bank to facilitate an overdraft facility for the staff, which they did, but they refused to continue. They're basically saying, you guys sort your situation out. So as a result, this week the teachers have not been paid. Next week, we cannot guarantee them being paid. But also there are other things that is unfolding. The services, for example, the electricity. That electricity will be cut off very likely today or tomorrow, but definitely they have given us a warning. We have been begging them to keep the electricity going, but we can only go so far. So it looks like the electricity will be cut. I won't be surprised if it's cut now. The other thing too that also is happening is that the rubbish are starting to pile up because we cannot pay for the service. Also the internet and the phone, they have already cut that once, but they are threatening to cut again. So it won't be long before they're going to cut all the services. And there are other services too, the stationaries and other services. You know, to a certain extent, I can say honestly that they've actually ran out of toilet paper at one stage there. So what I'm saying is that the Bula ECE has been struggling. And it is such an unfair situation for the staff members to be able to teach under this kind of pressure, and the staff of Bula to run this school efficiently and in compliance with what the ministry expects of us with the money that they have paid us. The sad fact of what is happening is that the conflict that is happening between at the Fiji Community Association of Auckland, the victims are the teachers and the staff of Bula, and obviously it will be translating to the children. The parents have got to be informed. I have informed the Ministry of Education today that the board's decision to temporarily close Bula, because we cannot guarantee the safety and the well-being of the staff members of Bula and the children who attend there. It is our responsibility. We are the governance. It is our responsibility to make this decision. And we will not open Bula until these issues with the Fiji Community Association of Auckland has been dealt with or has been resolved. Our lawyers are working, two lawyers are talking to each other, and unfortunately they cannot come to a conclusion to pay the staff of Bula, because I suppose the other group who has the authorization to sign the check or to authorize payments for them to be are setting conditions that is unacceptable and conditional if the staff members were to be paid. The way we see things is that the staff members should be treated separately because they are not, I suppose, party to the issues of the dispute, and they should be. This is their right to be paid. Their rights are being violated. And I find it very, very disturbing that conditions are being put if the staff members are to be paid. I have begged Nada, I literally asked him. I asked him and I begged him. I said, please pay the staff of Bula. This is not their fault. Let us sort out our staff differently. This is not the staff of Bula. This is not their fault. This has nothing to do with them and their families. We are dealing with their families' livelihood. This is their right. We are violating their right to be paid. But he says you either comply to these conditions, or the staff won't be paid. Engaging our lawyers was a relief. We were hoping that they would come to a conclusion, but unfortunately, they keep changing the conditions of paying the staff, and this is the result we have today. There's nothing else we can do. We are really depending on Natha and his group to put the conditions aside and let's take care of our staff. We sort our conditions another place, but leave the staff alone. My biggest concern, and this is the only reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, is because of the staff of Bula. They were mistreated, and the mistreatment continues still today. That has to stop. I really beg the community to pay attention to what has happened to the teachers at Bula ECE and all the staff members at Bula ECE. I want the community to pay attention to that. The only reason why I'm standing here and saying what I'm saying now is because there has been some injustice. There has been a violation of human rights. All these things are going to come up. The truth will be known, and I want the truth to be known today so that people can start to think straight and make the right decision to get our staff paid. I mean, there is a campaign now for food and other things to help them with our staff's families, because it's affecting their children. There are three solo moms working there at Bula ECE. Who's gonna fight for their rights? It's us. We're gonna fight for their rights. I'm gonna stand up there and fight for their rights. So I'm asking the community to pay attention to what's going on, because if this thing continues, Bula will be shut forever. We will lose our school forever. We are skating on thin ice, and we have to pay attention to the truth. This is where the problem started. The problem started with the abuse of the staff of Bula. That's where it all started. All these things about legal, who's right, who's wrong, I don't give a damn about that. It's the staff of Bula. They're the ones. They're the ones who's paying the price. Everybody else is doing the gossiping. The ones who's actually paying the price is the staff of Bula. So I'm asking the community, I'm asking you, the community, to stand up. Stand up and pay attention to the violation of these staff members' human rights, because nobody else will. Who will fight for their right? Who will take care of people who work day in, day out, taking care of these kids? Cut out all the gossiping, cut out all the kakase, cut out all the who's right and who's wrong, and look at the staff members, because that's where everything started from. And I'm prepared to go all the way. This thing is going to end up in a court of law. It's going to be dealt with in a court of law, because it has to, because the staff are not being paid. Who wants to take care? Who will stand for their right? They had a big meeting there somewhere, and there were all sorts of things was being said about the staff of Bula. Nobody knows what's happening in Bula more than us in the governance of Bula right now. We know what's happening. We hear their heart. We hear their stories. We hear their stories. We hear their stories every day. And it's just getting worse now that they cannot support their families. I'm really asking you. We have an AGM coming up. It's coming up on the 16th. I really want, and I'm asking you all, come to that AGM. Come to that AGM and support Bula. Support the staff of Bula. Support the children of Bula. Support the families who bring their children there. These families, these parents, they bring their children because they trust the teachers. If they did not trust the teachers, they wouldn't bring their children there. I even had my grandchildren there. 3 of my grandchildren were there because I trust the teachers. I'm asking you, come into this general meeting, this AGM that's coming up. You know, we talk about lawyer. Okay, we've got a lawyer. Our lawyer is a Queen's Counsel lawyer, or that has been set up by Kotoisuva. He's a Queen's Counsel lawyer, and he has went through what Kotoisuva has done to set up the special general meeting. He has given it a big tick that we have complied with the law. We have followed the process of the law, and this we were guided by Panaya Samsamvonre in all these things. And the Queen's Counsel, the QC, our lawyer, has given a big tick and says, you guys have a solid legal platform to stand, to justify your validity, your legality as an organization. You are the one. And as a result, you go into the Charities Commission website, you will see that in order to have the names of the president there, like Kotoisuva as the president and all the others there, is because they passed the test as far as legally doing things by the lawyers of the Charities Commission. They have approved it. Yet these people say that group is illegal, that group is illegal. But the lawyer, the QC, the lawyer that Kotoisuva has engaged, they have said, no, you guys have complied, you guys followed the process, proper process, and you are legal. So this thing is going to end up in court. Unfortunately, it's going to cost money. And we are prepared to pull money from our pocket to pay for the lawyer to get this thing done, because justice has to be served. Somebody has to fight for the justice of those teachers. And I'm prepared to pull money from my pocket and pay. I have already started doing it. Others have started doing it as well. Our time, our energy. We're not doing this for ourselves. I get nothing out of it. But what I get is pride for our community and fighting for the justice of our teachers. And so it's the others. I'm not alone. The numbers are growing. There's more people are beginning to know the truth. More people. Because the truth has been suppressed by the media. Nobody wants to, the media is not wanting to interview the right people. But you cannot suppress the truth for too long. It's going to find its way up. Like a little bubble in a soft drink bottle. Sooner or later, it'll pop up to the top. That's exactly what's happened. I plead to you all, our community, turn up to the Bula ECE, to the annual general meeting that's going to be held on the 16th at the Manukau Institute of Technology. Find out where the thing is going to be. There are flyers going around. Attend that annual general meeting. It's legal. It's legal. The Queen's Counsel lawyer has said it is legal. Checked out, and it's all legal. So we go by the book. We have been guided by our very, very own expert in law, Panaya Samsamvonre. So it's legal. So I really, really ask you to attend the meeting and make it happen. Make it happen. Stand up for the teachers, for goodness sake. But right now, they need to put food on the table. And there's a campaign going on right now to contribute donation, food supply, cash, whatever you can do to help them, our staff members, because we've got to keep them. They're good people. We've got to keep them. And we just got to deal with all this authority kind of rubbish that's going on and get on with the business of looking after our children, empowering the next generation. Vinaka.